Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us for tonight's edition of HR Mentorship Series. My name is Oluyemi Adeosun, and tonight we'll be looking at a topic, career wins via LinkedIn profile optimization. Our facilitator for tonight is one of our regulars and also one of the core members of HR Mentorship team, and his name is Felemu. And I would like to read his profile briefly to us. Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel is a dynamic HR professional with up-to-minute expertise in recruitment and selection. You can move the slide, compensation and benefits, employment, legislation, and statutory reporting. It drives legal and industry compliance for employers, employees, and service providers by interpreting regulatory requirements, embedded best practices across HR process. His career spans Nigeria's agro-allied, automotive, maritime, construction, and banking sector, where he has led talent acquisition, designed competitive reward programs, and ensured timely regulatory things, and so on and so forth. This slide is not on the right page, Daniel. With a proven track record of helping individuals across industries increase their profile visibility, attract recruiters, and secure interviews, Daniels brings unmatched expertise in personal branding and digital career strategy. His skills extend beyond LinkedIn to include expert resume writing, interview coaching, all grounded in deep understanding of today's dynamic job market. Some of his professional affiliations and qualifications include he's a member of the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management. He's also a member of the Chartered Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICAN. He also has an MBA from Obafemi Awolowo University and a first degree in accounting and finance from Bells University of Technology. Previously, he has led roles including was team lead, compensation benefits, welfare management, Nova Bank PLC, was deputy payroll manager, Kappa Debato PLC, was also account executive, CGD Shipping and Offshore Management Limited, and account officer, Service Machines and Trucks Nigeria Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking to us the title, Career Wins via LinkedIn Profile Optimization. I'm excited, delighted, elated to present to the legend, Felemu Daniel.
All right. Thank you very much, Prof. Doctor. It's a privilege to facilitate this session again. I don't take the privilege for granted. I want to strongly believe that as professionals, many of us are familiar with the benefits of professional networking vis-a-vis the LinkedIn, the LinkedIn platform. So without taking much of our time, I would not play around the operational aspect of this subject matter, which is career wins via LinkedIn profile optimization. God has been so good. I have track record, and I have an history of. I have a commendable success rate as far as LinkedIn profile optimization is concerned. So it's not going to just benefit us as HR professionals. It goes beyond beyond the professional sphere of human resource professionalism. Irrespective of whatever field you find yourself, I'm delighted to tell you that this session is something that you would remember. You remember in a long while. So without taking much of our time, I'll be moving on to the first aspect of the slide, which is why optimize your LinkedIn profile. According to statistics from Grok, ChatGPT, and LinkedIn, multiple industry surveys consistently show that over 90% of recruiters use LinkedIn as part of their candidate sourcing strategy, with figures often cited around 94 to 97%. Within the course of this session, I'll be using myself as a typical example. Within my little journey of within the corporate sector, I make bold to give the testimony that I've had at least 3 recruiters reached out to me via LinkedIn, including my current employer. And this is not because I am privileged to know 1 or 2 persons they know. is as a result of professional branding, visibility, networking, and opportunities. So why would you want to optimize your LinkedIn profile? Professional branding, your LinkedIn profile is your digital business card. For the purpose of visibility, optimize profile rank higher in search of results with respect to networking to help you attract recruiters, collaborators, and industry peers. By the grace of God, I've been privileged to work in 6 industries. I've worked in agro-allied, I've worked in machineries, I've worked in oil and gas, I've worked in construction, I've worked in maritime, I'm currently in the banking. And one thing I want us to take out of this session is that it's a personal emblem to me, and that emblem is nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. Moving on to the next slide. So key elements that will be required for you to have an optimized profile. One is a profile photo, two is your banner. Secondly is your about section, which is your career summary. The third thing is your skill and endorsement. You need not to be, I can assure you won't be bored in this session because this session is an interface of both operational and technical. So the one I'm taking us now is the operational aspect, which most professionals are familiar with. So within some minutes from now, we're going to take a deep dive into the technical aspect. I will also beseech you that after this session, please try as much as possible to familiarize yourself with how you can practice this, how you can practice this vis-a-vis your LinkedIn profile, either on your system, either on your PC or on your mobile. So the next thing is skills and we have headlines, we have experience, we have recommendations. So these are the little elements that you need for you to have an optimized profile. Moving forward. So what are the tips for ongoing optimization? You need to use keywords strategically, that is align with industry terms and job descriptions, engage regularly, share insights, repost, react, if possible, post, you understand, comment, publish articles, familiarize yourself with your URL, make it clean and professional. Also stay updated. If it is possible, refresh your profile. Refresh your profile. If it is possible, maybe 3 months. If it is possible, 1 month. If it is possible, 6 months. It depends on how hungry you have to see yourself take on with the next professional flight. So the next thing you have to do is to monitor the analytics, track profile views, and search appearances. Now, these are the operational aspects of LinkedIn. For me to be able to progress further to the technical aspect, I will be using my profile as an example. So please join me, please. Please, can we still confirm you can see my screen, please?
Yes, we can.
All right, thank you. So this is a typical LinkedIn profile. So while I have it on screen, I also now see the technical aspect. Remember I said something, that nothing is impossible. If it is possible for it to work out for me, not once, not twice, but 3 good times, it is possible for it to work out for you, irrespective of your field. And I'm doing this from my heart as my appreciation to HR mentorship, because next month will mark my 10 years in the corporate industry. So while I have my LinkedIn profile on my PC, I also have it on my mobile. So just in case if you are following me with possibly 2 mobile or possibly a PC and your mobile, I will beseech you to please log onto your LinkedIn on your mobile. I mean, log into your LinkedIn app, So moving forward, first thing I want to call to our attention is, I know I must have mentioned it earlier on, is a professional display picture. Ensure that your professional display picture is not blurry. Ensure that it is clean. Ensure that it is sharp. Ensure that it is, in quotes, it appears professional as it should. Because that is one of the minimum, conduct expected of you, work ethic expected of you as a professional. So also you can get a very attractive background display. You can see I have that of the sea on my background. Also, another thing to take note of, these ones are very, very common. Another thing to take note of is ensure that your headlines are relatable. What do I mean by relatable? Relatable such that they can connect, there's a connection between your headlines and your experience. We have the experience section here. Ensure that your headlines are relatable. Now, let's forget that maybe I'm a reward expert or maybe I'm a TA and talent acquisition expert. Whatever field you find yourself, there's a connection between three things on LinkedIn. There's a connection between your headline, your experience, and the last section we call open to work. You must ensure that your headlines aligns with your experience and your experience aligns with your job interest. It's very, very important. Remember, I started by saying that LinkedIn has an operational phase. LinkedIn also has a technical aspect. You should be able to interface them together. You should be able to align them together such that you will not be saying that, oh, you are a performance management expert on your headline. Then when you are coming to your job interest, you are saying that, oh, you are an engineer. You understand? You have to make it relatable. That's the first thing I want to call to our attention. So the next thing I want to call to our attention is, now let's leave out the fact that possibly I work with probably I work with Sterling Bank Limited. Let's assume you are currently working or you are not working. Let's even say you're not even working. It's not by force for you to post that you have an employer here. Of course, because you don't have. So in a case like this, now this is for those that are out of job. I will beseech you. There's something we call open to work. Open to work, you come to just a minute, please. You come to art section. You come to not art section, just a minute, please. Hold on, please. Just a minute, please. You come to good. You come to now. Let me take it in bits. Let's start from headlines. If you want to edit your headline, the first thing you have to do is you saw what I dialed on. I took a dial on this symbol here. Then you go to the base and you see the headline. That's how you fill your headline. So like I said, so once you get that done, it doesn't necessarily have to, I'll give you an instance. It doesn't necessarily have to be aligned totally. How do I mean aligned totally? For example, you can be maybe a finance account teacher, and also you may also have experts in other fields. Try and use the likes of Grok. Grok is spelled Grok, or the likes of ChatGPT to align this. Now I'm going to do this for us. Let me just copy this out. Copy. Then I come to my Google Chrome. What I'm trying to do is that I'm trying as much as possible to modify it in an enhanced format. You see what I did here? I have not added anything extra. All I did was to just copy out the headline and I press enter. Can you see what LinkedIn is saying? This looks like you're putting headlines together for your LinkedIn profile. Come to the base. Now what I want, can you see? Option 4, short and sharp. HR, tax, and compliance consultant. Rewards, outsourcing and automation specialist. LinkedIn branding expert. You have to be able to acquaint yourself with the use of Grok, with the use of Copilot, with the use of ChatGPT, such that by the time you are, look at option 1. All I did was just to take that headline and paste on ChatGPT, and I entered that. I didn't have to say that, please help me modify ChatGPT. I didn't have to, just copy it and you paste it. So if you like this knowledge, of course, it can be a showstopper, and that's just the truth. So I can say, okay, I want to copy this. and I come back to LinkedIn and I paste it here. But because of I don't want to modify my page because I'm using that as a sample, we'll be moving forward. So the next thing you have to do as a professional, and this is not limited to HR professionals, the next thing you have to do as a professional is to ensure that your connection is constantly increasing. You have nothing to lose when you connect with other professionals vis-a-vis LinkedIn. Why? Because when you connect them, it's time to apply for jobs in a company where you have a connection. You will see similar connection. You will see it when you are trying to apply for a job. For example, let's assume Oladayo Shorin Ola is a friend of mine, or probably is a connection I have on LinkedIn, and probably in his organization, for instance, they are recruiting for, let's say, learning and development specialist. What it means is that because I have shown interest in that role, and these are the easy navigations that you should, milk, you should harness on LinkedIn. So the next thing I'll be doing moving forward is, so your take home is try as much as possible to enhance connection. It's possible for you to be a veteran, it's possible for you to be a legend, or probably even reach the maximum of your connection. It's possible. But what I would advise you do for those that are beginners, for those who are mid-level, for those who are senior, who are not veterans, you have nothing to lose. Connect, and I'll give you an instance. Let's say I'm interested in working in Central Bank now as maybe a performance management expert. All I'll just have to do, come to this search box, performance management in being Nigeria. I've shared it with people before now that there's a difference between ChatGPT and LinkedIn search box when it comes to harnessing interest of profiles of people within an industry. All I have to do is just to connect. Can see talent development senior management to staff of send with that note. Send with that note. Same with that note. One thing I always tell people, let me now give another instance. Let me say I want maybe L&D, learning and development manager in Seplat. That's the difference between, in fact, there are so many familiarities between LinkedIn search button and ChatGPT. What you just have to do is just have a target that this is the industry I want to work in. If it is oil and gas, if it is banking, if it is construction, don't be tired. Of course, the more you go higher in your search, let's say from mid-level to senior roles, you will not get as much as responses like when you will get for people that are in junior roles or maybe entry roles. Say, for example, now this is Seplat East Onshore, Lagos, Nigeria. All I have to do is connect. I have nothing to lose. So one thing I want us to take away from this session is that you have to be very, very strategic in your applications. And the wins are yours to keep. I have tried this before. It has worked for me, and it is still working for me. And of course, no knowledge is lost if you want it to also work for you. All I have to just do is connect with them. The worst case or worst eventuality that will happen is the person will say, oh, I'm not connecting. So a no doesn't mean I'm going to die. A no doesn't mean I'm not going to get that desired job. What it means is that, oh, the door is closed, please try that means. So let me go back to the home. So the first thing I made mention was the profile picture. The second thing I made mention was the headline. So now the third thing I would want to share with us is the open to work. Now, when you are dialing your open to work, you notice that I'm trying to take a look towards my left side. That's because I'm also using my LinkedIn app. So next thing I want to take us is open to work. Come here. Remember, I've filled headlines just beneath your name. Whatever you are feeling in this section, let it be relatable to what your headline is. Let it be relatable. Hybrid, remote, on-site, fine. If you stay outside Lagos, you don't have to use Lagos, Nigeria. You can put, or possibly if you're in between, you can put me for example, Lagos. If you are someone that stays in maybe the likes of Marlborough, or you stay in Mowe, or you stay in Shagam, you have nothing to do Lagos and put Ogun State there. Then keep on going, keep scrolling. Then, if you are currently working and you're actively applying, click on immediately. However, if you are working, please hear me well. If you are working, I will advise you, please just click on recruiters only. Click on recruiters only. Personally, I know this is me, I won't advise any smart professional to click on all LinkedIn members. For crying out loud, how can you be gainfully employed and you're putting open to work? Even as a consultant, the best thing is put it as recruiters only. You don't have to put it as open to work. The next thing you do is you save. So once you're done with this phase, the next thing you have to do is now you move on to your career summary. Now, you have to ensure that your career summary is relatable also to your headline. That's a headline here: recruitment consultant, tax administrator, total rewards expert, automation and integration consultant, LinkedIn profile optimization expert. The next thing you have to do is come here. Now, let me make this as basic as possible. Let me come here. Let's assume that I don't want to use this. Or let's say I don't even have a job currently and I'm a graduate. Come to ChatGPT. Don't put my name because of the records. It will be recorded. And whatever is recorded, is on the iCloud. So what I will do here is I will say, let's say, I don't want to use that. Let me want to use Ayobami, for example. Ayobami. You see, create a profile summary for Ayobami. Bami Lulu, comma, a graduate of engineering from the prestigious University of Lagos with a second class lower. All right, then I know I didn't spell the engineering, but let's leave it at that. With second class lower, just press it. Let's see what to come up with. Just blah 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 blah. I copy it. One thing I want us to know is that we are in a generation where anything is possible. Copy it, come back to ChatGPT, paste it here. But one thing I will beseech you, one thing I will beg you for is that please, whatever is in your career summary, you need to lie about it. You need to lie about it. And what I'm saying is, as it applies to entry level, mid-level, senior level, C-suites, you don't need to lie about it. Trust me, our industry, I can see someone raising up his or her hand. Please just take your questions down. I'm trying to manage this technical aspect, so we'll take the questions towards the tail end of the session. So just copy everything I have copied out there, paste it here. You don't need to lie about your profile because it's easy for people to know. The ATS, because something ATS, automated tracking system that recruiters use will expose you if you're lying. because there has to be an alignment in what is on your profile and what is on your CV. That's in your resume. Okay, now moving forward. Next thing to discuss is activity. Try as much as possible to engage. Have activity. You have nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose. I said earlier on, enhance your connection, drive engagement. You don't have to always post. You can repost, you can comment, you can react. The choice is yours. The most important thing is don't be stale. Move with the innovation. This technological innovation for job application, exploit. Right, all right. All right, so moving forward, try to drive engagement, try to react, try to repost, try to comment, just for you to drive visibility on your profile. So like I said, if you are yet to get a job, you don't have to lie about it. However, try and get something worth doing. You can subscribe to internship. You can subscribe to even if it is teaching. Where you work doesn't necessarily have to be registered on LinkedIn. There are many organizations that are yet to even align with LinkedIn. So what you just do is just ensure that you have something that you are doing. That is what is very, very important. Then also, if you find out that you are currently working and you have been getting certain certifications quite relatable to what you do, don't be afraid to share it. I recently did a tax training with KPMG, and I posted it here. The ones I had with my previous employers also, I see a lot of people, they get to, we are not yet legends, we are not yet veterans, so you shouldn't be shy to, to reflect the values that you can bring to organizations when you post every of those trainings. All right, so I'll be moving forward to the next subject. Okay, so the next subject will be that education. Please, let's also try as much as possible to reflect our qualifications. Then for skills, you don't have to make it loaded. If it is 4, if it is 3, but just ensure that it's something that you can do, so that when they wake you up, you can defend it. Another thing I want us to take out from this session is that try as much as possible to get recommendations. If you are working now, try as much as possible to get recommendations from people that are your seniors or maybe seniors, minimum case scenario at par within the industry. So I have a number of them here, and I've made them visible. But what I do first is that I will engage them. Okay, please, I need your recommendation. What it means is that they are trying to put their own, their own integrity at stake. So try as much as possible to engage senior professionals in industry of your interest. So beyond that, that's one phase. Another thing I would want to take us through on is how you can spotlight opportunities vis-a-vis organization of interest. Now, I come here and I want a role in, let's say, for example, I want maybe human resource manager. What I'll have to do is human resource manager, Lagos, Nigeria. Okay, human resource manager in Seplat. I click. All right, so what is bringing me? Let me try and refresh. Let me come in again. Sorry. Let me try and okay, now let me fill it again. Human resource You see different opportunities. Okay, when I did human resource manager in Seplat, it did not pop up. So what this job model is to do is that it's only going to amplify your chances for roles of interest. So if for example you have a role that let's say you have interest in, all you have to do is first advise you to do is first save. You can apply, then save. While you are saving, it can help to keep record to track your applications. So that's another thing, because then also if you want to actively apply, but you don't want your current employer to know that you're actively applying, what you will do is from your own page. Just a minute, please. Trying to from your own page, what you will just do, you want to actively apply, but you don't want your current employer actively applying. Apart from the applications you have dished out, all you just have to do is come here, click on add section, then click on add featured. Then from add featured, you will see add media. So when you click on add media, automatically it will go to your, if it's your phone, it will go to your file manager, your laptop, it will direct you to your document. What that means is that you can also add your resume. So once you do all of this, trust me, keep ensuring that you are actively applying. You don't have to get worried. Trust me, it can be discouraging at some point if what you want is not coming forth. But establish that these are the industry wants, and before you know it, something will come your way. So if you are currently employed and you're job hunting, I would advise you update your resume, attach to your profile. All right, so after all I have said, I made mention about your profile DP, I made mention about your headlines, I made mention about the experience, I made mention about the open to work. You have to ensure that it's aligned with what you are job hunting. I made mention of the recommendation. I made mention of your career certifications. Another thing not to make mention of is I made mention of recommendation. Then I made mention of skills also. So, like I rightly said earlier on, there's a technical aspect to LinkedIn. Another thing you can do, and this is a snippet, this is a giveaway. Once you get opportunity to be called by maybe a corporate organization, what you can do is to be sure that what is their retention rate. Is an organization that by the time we check 3-4 persons, they will spend maybe 2 months, or they spend like three months, or maybe they're spending like 7-9 months. That's a red flag. So you should be able to strategically put yourself in a situation where when recruiters are seeing you as a flight risk, you to put them in the position where they too are at flight risk. You understand? It's meant to be a two-way thing. It's not meant to be a traffic. So aside that, I would be open to questions at this point. Thank you very much. Can anyone hear me? Can anyone hear me?
Daniel.
Yes, please, doctor.
Your skin is out there. If you don't mind, I just out of what you did. Can you start?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Daniel.
All right, sorry, I heard Dr. Song, but I think there was a glitch, so I lost him at some point.
Yes, I think the network was really unstable at some point, and the network also threw Dr. out, but Doctor is back now, and I think you can continue.
All right, so at this point, I would be open to question and answers. I know quite a few questions had earlier on that I couldn't attend because of the technical aspect.
Hello, Daniel. Can you hear me, Daniel? Daniel, can you hear me, please?
Hello, Doctor, are you there?
Okay, Daniel, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, I'm here.
Okay. Let's hope Doctor will be able to come back. He seems to be having a little bit of challenge with his network. Doctor, can you hear us? Okay, let's hope you'll join by very soon. You were about to say something, Daniel, about you were moving to question and answer or something. Daniel, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
All right, so let me try to share my screen again. Please confirm you can still see my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen. Please go ahead.
Uncle K, can you tell Daniel to read all the messages on the Zoom chat, please?
Okay. Daniel,
And
there
read
are a
it to
couple of
him,
questions.
please. It's not just questions. We are sending specific messages to him on the group chat, on the Zoom group chat. I'm the one intentionally taking down his slide so that I will read the Zoom chat.
That's fine. Okay, we have someone saying it's blurry. Another person said, can someone get his attention? The screen is blur. We haven't seen anything displayed. You can, okay, don't worry, I'll take it again. I'll take it again. The slides are blurry, your face is clearer. All right, internet's okay. I think it's maybe network glitch. All right, I'll take it again. Don't worry.
So read the messages down so that you get the full conversation. Go down to the most recent messages.
The last thing I can see here is the network is really bad today. That's all I can see.
Before
That's
that.
Okay, take us through LinkedIn. Assume I am not here, Daniel. My network is bad. And someone tell Daniel to go on with the class. Would you want me to? Okay, please.
Before then, go up before then. So
your screen is now
take
clear.
us through the LinkedIn program again, like you are just doing it, but do it quickly. As in, take us to your
LinkedIn.
that's
fine.
And run it because suddenly your view is now clear. We can see your screen.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. I'll take it again. It's coming up. All right, please confirm you can see my screen.
Beautiful.
Yes, it's clearer
All
now.
right, good. Okay, okay, good. So what I will do now is I'll run it through again from beginning. Just take notes, please. The first thing you need to do is get a very clear display on your profile. The second thing you need to do is align your headlines. I've highlighted the headlines. And to highlight the headline, what you have to do is to come to the inner section and just after your name, you will see headlines. You post the headlines there. The headline simply means something like that. The headline simply means what are those relatable portfolios that you manage within your space as a professional. So the next thing I also made mention of is that do your possible best to enhance your connection. Is it in CBN? Is it in NNPC? Is it irrespective of, okay, you know what? You can actually target an industry and look out for organizations within that industry. For example, now we have about 26 commercial banks in Nigeria. I can just look out for L&D officer in Providence Bank, or maybe HR manager in construction companies in Nigeria. Connect with them aggressively. You have to be very aggressive with your connections. The next thing you need to do is also ensure that you align your open to work. We have two open to works on LinkedIn. We have the one that indicates whether you are hiring, you are recruiting. Then we have the one that indicates your own job interests. Ensure that your job interests align with your career headlines. And it's also relatable to your experience. And if you don't have experience yet, establish your headline to align with your open to work. The next thing you need to do is your career summary. You can use ChatGPT, you can use Croak, you can use Copilot. Modify an attractive career summary. The next thing you need to do is drive engagement. Vis-a-vis reposting, posting, commenting. Just drive engagement. Don't leave your profile still. We find ourselves in a generation where we are meant to leverage on technological innovations. The next thing you need to do is populate your experience. I see people where they feel, for example, you worked in ABC Nigeria Limited, you can't put in your JD there. I can understand if it's your current employer, but if it's a previous employer, feel it, because you don't know what will invariably attract the recruiter. Then once you are done with that, the next thing you need to do is also fill certifications you've had, present or past. The wins are yours to keep. The next thing you also have to do is fill up the aspects for education or professional qualifications. You don't have to overload skills. Fill skills that you know that you can defend even when you are sleeping. And once you wake up, you can defend. I also made mention of ensuring that you get recommendations from, at minimum, people at your level. Target senior roles. In fact, I remember an organization I once worked where I was privileged to work with different races, Germans, Belgians, Asians, Europeans of different sorts. And I was able to engage them and get good recommendations from them also. So leaving at that, if you want to modify for recommendation, all you have to do is not automatic on LinkedIn. All you have to do is come to add profile section. You see call, you see recommended, you see additional, add recommendation. Once you click on add recommendation, you can type, for example, let me type doctor here. So what it means is I want to get a recommendation from you. It's not coming up. Let's slow down, please. All right, so what I'll just do is, for example, I dial on this person. It sends to the person. It will even ask you, oh, who do you want to ask? What are the similar? Let me come here. Then this is for example, I click on continue. To ask a question as position at what time, and click on it. Maybe your past, any of your past, or maybe your present. You don't have to customize the personalized message. If you want to, it's fine. Then just send. So leave it at that. So that's the first phase. I also made mention of if you want to add resume. If you want to add resume, all you have to do is come to add profile section. You see add featured, click on add featured. Then you see the plus symbol, meaning that you want to modify. You click on it, then you add it from here. It's your profile and you have to take charge of it. Like I said earlier on, I've not had a case where I manage a profile and there's no success rate. And I'm doing it for free at this within the phase I am currently. So I'm monetizing it later in the future, but not for now. I'm doing it for free. Because the likes of Dr. Liemi too, they watered the ground and paid heavy duties for people like me to get platform as such. All right, so another thing I want to call to our attention, which I had already did earlier, was job. You come here. If it is HR manager, if it is a role that you want to look for opportunities there, there's something I do. I've been doing it in the last 9 years. And that thing is, if I'm targeting a new role, what I do is I send, for example, I can just type performance managers in Nigerian banks. Once I do that, the next thing that will happen is I would type in. Once I type in, automatically I will get I'll get new. Let me give an example. Performance. Performance and manager and blah, 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 blah. So what I'll just do is, let me come on. First thing I'll do is, please, can we still see my profile? I want to be sure we are following. Performance managers in the CBN. I connect with them. So what I can do again also is, I will come back to where the job is, and I type performance. You can do this on your LinkedIn mobile. You can do this on your LinkedIn for PC. Performance managers. Now we have group cost optimization. Let's say this is an example. Now what I will just do is I would save or I easily apply. This is PwC Nigeria. So now what I would look out for is, what are the specifications required of whoever who needs to occupy this role? This is saying leads cost optimization process. These are the minimum requirements. So what I'll just have to do is I'll take a screenshot of it, send it to myself on WhatsApp, give myself like 3-6 months, work towards it. And by the time I'm reapplying next, I want to strongly believe I would have aligned myself with the minimum requirements expected of that role. So I think those are just the technical aspects as far as LinkedIn is concerned. So I will open room to questions at this point. Thank you once again, and do apologies for the network glitch. Please, can anyone still hear me? All right. I'll open to question at this point. Do we have questions from members on the floor, please? Please, if you have free. Dr. Liami, are you there, please? Members from the participants, please. All right, yeah, I'm actually done with the presentation. So we are done with both the operational and technical aspects. So I would appreciate this junction. Thank you. So do we have questions? If you are trying to speak and probably you are sounding muted, can you please indicate? All right, we have a question from Victory. My question is, how do I get into the NGO industry as an HR through LinkedIn? I already told you the first thing you need to do is maximize the usage of AI applications, such as Copilot, you have Grok, and you have ChatGPT. So what you can do, Victory, is just open ChatGPT and just dial profound NGO organizations in the corporate sector within Nigeria. Please do that. Once you get responses from ChatGPT, the next thing you have to do is send connections to people that work in such organizations. One. The next thing you have to do is go to the job module and type in portfolios of interest. I mean, portfolio that aligns with your interests. For example, let's say reward specialist in World Health Organization, right? Then you give a dial like Nigeria. Of course, because we have representatives in Nigeria. Once you do that, you will get responses. So like I said, there's the operational aspect of using LinkedIn, and there's the technical aspect of using LinkedIn, but you have to be willing to soak yourself in it for you to exploit the opportunities. Okay, Temitope is saying, I have been in the hospitality industry for a while, and I really want to move to other sectors. How do I optimize my profile to achieve this? Okay, now this is me asking you, Temitope, can you just give me one industry you want to switch to? Temitope, please, I'm waiting for your response. Please, if you have questions, I would appreciate you raise your hand of FMCG. Now, FMCG is a sector. We have high flyers in FMCG. We have low flyers in FMCG. When you say FMCG, you have to be specific. You can't compare, for example, within the banking space, you can't compare the likes of Access, GTB, the Fugas banks, First Bank, UBA, GTB, Access, and Zenith. You can't compare them with an organization, with a bank that recently got commercially licensed last year. So you have to be specific. So that you can attract the right target. All right, please. So, do we have further questions? Please, if you have questions, you can also raise up your hand or you drop it within the chat box. Okay, I'll give us another 5-10 minutes to drop our questions. I'm also available for collections after this session, just in case you want me to help you manage your, or maybe support your profile. So we are taking questions, please. All right. Okay. If I would ask us, please, what are our major takeaways for this session? If I would ask us, please, what are our major takeaways from this session? Beautiful. Unilever, Nigerian breweries. Now we are talking. What you just have to do is go to LinkedIn from that search module, type it there. Felemu Daniel can connect with me on LinkedIn. So what you would do, that's the response to you. So what you would do is just type in job interest. For example, training officer in Unilever, Nigeria. Post it on LinkedIn. You will get this response, but people don't know. And what you don't know cannot fly. All right, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the session. Must you always post on LinkedIn to be attracted to recruiters? You don't always have to post, but you can react. You can like. That's driving engagement. You don't always have to post, but at least drive your engagement back via this. On LinkedIn, it's called activity. So you have to be part of that activity for you to attract the right recruiter. It's important. All right. So, please, I want us to drop our major takeaways from this session. Please, I want us to drop our major takeaways from this session. Okay, I can see Adeola. Adeola, please, so you can kindly unmute and speak. I don't want that. Still have to go for you. You're welcome, Oluchi. People still up to prepare for the week. All right, Adeola, please speak on, please. You've been unmuted. You have just a minute, please. Thank you very much.
All right. Good evening. Thank you so much for this session. Network is really doing us a disservice, but I think we're able to get a few things. So my question is in terms of this aspect of
I think
LinkedIn
we lost Adeola.
Okay, sorry,
we lost it. We lost it in seconds.
Less than 20K can give you oh my God. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
All right. So I was speaking to the premium aspect of LinkedIn. Before now, you could do less than 20,000 for a year, right? And then you have access to the premium. But these prices are they are not friendly anymore. And then it seemed like without the premium, you can't even have access to a whole lot of things. So I'm not, especially even as a recruiter, right? You can assess the kind of if your organization is not paying the premium, or especially to post job ads now on LinkedIn, you're going to see for you to promote that job for like 200 and something thousand per day. If you want to recruit from across the world, then if it's just between Nigeria, within Nigeria, then you see like 100,000. So I've been trying to figure out, is this what every company is doing? Are we paying this much premium to advertise roles? And then personally, what's the way forward with the premium prices that LinkedIn is putting on their profiles? Thank you. I hope you get me.
In all fairness, I've not subscribed to premium yet. In as much as I've exploited a lot of opportunities in different industries, I've not subscribed to the premium yet. So I cannot address that at the moment. So do we have any further question you want to add respect to that? Okay, Oluchi, Adela, do you have any further questions, please? I think Adela's network is a bit glitchy. All right, sorry, Amoba, please, you have your question, please. I would mute you now. All right, please, Amoba.
Good evening, and well done. Thank you for the session. Okay, I've noticed that I'm a boomer, so this is really out of my league. I'm retired. So my question is that I see that, all of these things are more for actively seeking for job people and all of that. So how would retirees, consultants, people that have businesses that has nothing to do with the kind of professionalism that you have been talking about outside of HR and all of that. Maybe I have like a business, buying and selling or something. I'm just saying, don't they fit into LinkedIn as well?
When you say buying and selling, do you mean services or products?
I'm just saying maybe general goods and services. Maybe someone who just has a business. You understand? Maybe someone who makes, parfaits or something. I don't know. Just generally having their personal businesses that they're just running. Could even be, not necessarily a big time caterer. Do you understand? I'm just saying that someone, SME.
Okay, I think I get what you're saying. All right, so there are different platforms. To the best of my knowledge, what?
Sorry, your line's gone off. Your audio has gone off. Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't hear you again. I think it's dropped off again. Looks like it's dropped off.
Hello, can you still hear me?
Now we can, but you dropped off earlier, so we couldn't hear you. So if you want to answer the question all over again.
No. I have a question. You take advantage of Instagram pages, Facebook, except corporate clients.
So what you're saying is that gosh, it's gone off again.
I can hear you.
Okay, well, unfortunately maybe I'm the only one who can't hear you, but I couldn't hear you. So I don't know if it's just me or if it's everybody else who couldn't hear
Can you
you.
hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
All right. Would you want me to retake my response again?
Please, I would appreciate that. Yes, please.
Okay, I said there are different platforms you can exploit for promoting your business. We have the likes of Facebook, though you might need to pay at a fee. We have the likes of Instagram.
No,
But
I know all of those ones. What I'm just saying is that is LinkedIn, is that the only space it's open for? You know, it's not open to other things who want to keep it in a professional kind of way. Do you understand? You know, the likes of Facebook has some social elements that's attached to them, kind of. But I want to be.
If you want to,
I want to be a business.
If you want to exploit such, you may have to pay.
Be very. I'm trying to make it very, very formal. Okay. Do you understand? I don't want it to be one of those ones that have social elements to Facebook, TikTok, Insta, and all of those things. But I want to have that corporate. Maybe that's the way to put it. I want to have a corporate overview for my business.
Okay, what I would do. What I would do for you is I can give you a pro bono for free after this session. We'll look into that. Okay. I guess that will suffice for you.
All right.
Just reach out to me. All right. So, do we have any further questions, please? I can see we have. I'll be taking the last questions. I will ask the question and nobody has responded yet. I'd like to know what your take from this session is. Okay, light on the process of those currently employed. Okay, now I'm going to sit often. What you need to is you have to about to work. The first one is for hiring. The second one is to align headlines. Put job headlines of your interest. The second thing you need to do is you go to the job module on your LinkedIn profile. Then shoot out, look out for portfolios of your interest. For example, performance management manager in Unilever, or maybe total reward manager in Nigerian banks. You get those responses. Apply to them. Please apply to them. So that's how you drive engagement as far as responding to your question is concerned, Oluchi. And please, I'm begging you, if you are currently employed, don't go and put in open to work. Please, you can be applying actively, put immediately applying without you putting open to work. Thank you very much. My major takeaway is that I can leverage AI to optimize my LinkedIn profile. Absolutely blessing. Absolutely. Thank you. I'm thrilled to hear from Felamu Daniel, one of my secondary school students. Literally an opportunity for growth. I'm grateful for the chance to engage with you both. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. If you'd like to facilitate a webinar on any of our interesting. All right, if you'd like to facilitate a webinar on any of our HR domain areas of your choice, please DM. There's a number 002532006. All right, so as a support of Dr. This webinar will be uploaded on our YouTube channel tonight. Please subscribe and share 4 and 20 hours domain session. All right, on that note, I want to believe we don't have any further question from anyone. Thank you and good night, everyone. Thank you. See you some other time.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. We can unmute and thank our
Thank you,
facilitator for
sir.
tonight.
Thank you, sir. It was
Thank
a
you
very
so much.
insightful session.
Thank you for tonight.
Thank you so
Can I
much.
get the details of Dr. Adeosun, please?